So you're going to want to keep your eyes out for that.
Blake, you and I know the community loves that competition in My Team. What did the devs give you in terms of insight into competitive My Team?
Well, you will be competing for championship rings in NBA 2K21. That's it. That's all I can say, but there will be more ways to play and compete in My Team.
I like the sound of that.
I know something that we're really excited about is that your progress carries over.
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interesting matches. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it. Payday. Oh, God. Yeah, and he has their confidence. David, thank you. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for him.
And it's really been a nice trend for him over these last several months. He's been steadily improving in terms of his scoring output. That extra production making him more valuable the further we get along in this season.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. On the wings, Kennard and Snell. Wood out there with Griffin. And it's Rose in at point. And for the Wizards, Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Brown out there with Shabazz Napier. And it's Bonga in at the three. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Kennard came into the league viewed mostly as a shooter, but he's been able to provide much more than that.
I mean, better than you think when he puts the ball on the floor. Learning how to lean into defenders and step back to open up the shot is a better playmaker than he gets credit for, and we should see him take on a larger role as he develops.
What great athleticism with both these teams. I mean, every move so graceful, so skilled. I mean, majestic.
It is, Kevin. There's an explosiveness. There's this speed that is absolutely incredible to watch. Every possession up and down the floor could have the potential highlight reel. Well, we see a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting nowadays, but you'll take that look right there any night of the week.
Rose, no good. And so Bryant will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. Hachimura the pass to Nathan. Here's Hachimura. He's covered by Rose. It's intercepted. And now the Pistons fast break. Back to Snell. Puts it up. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
Look, Kevin, no one's ever questioned his court vision. Rose playing unselfish basketball, being the leader this team needs him to be.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
Pulls from the top of the key. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Bonga the pass to Napier. Here's Bonga. Wizards passing it around. 6 to shoot. There's the steal. To the middle. Here's Griffin, and he lays it straight in.
80% from the field to start, playing with a ton of confidence.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Pass to Hachimura. Back to Bryant. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And right there, you see the decision-making ability of Hachimura. Sets his man up perfectly.
There's Rose with the three. Sinks the three-pointer. Rose has got his second bucket of the night.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Well, it's a new front office in Washington, and Greg, they've got their work cut out for them.
John Wall's huge Supermax contract as he deals with the Achilles injury. Tough questions to be answered about the direction they're going to take talent-wise.
Here's Rose, following the bucket by the Wizards. Snell kicks to Kennard. Shoots over Brown. Kennard's shot is off.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Bryant Kennard with the rebound.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
That shot by Griffin, no good.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
It's stolen by Rose. In the corner, Snell with it. And he banks in the layup.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
And it's good, 2 points.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
From deep, Rose, and another 3 for Detroit. Wizards trail by 8. Left side, Bryant. Here's Kennard. He's covered by Brown. Kennard's shot is off. And so it's Bonga who brings up the ball for Washington. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
I mean, it's a big-time victory when you can just storm back like they did. Didn't have a good first half, but completely outdid themselves, particularly in that third quarter. And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right, you could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. Kicks to Brown. To the inside, Maker. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Brown feeling out of it, and so is Detroit, holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Right back after this break. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Offensively, they took care of the ball, and defensively, they forced a number of miscues.
Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second quarter. We've got Brown. Doumbouya is out there with Maker, and it's Mikhailuk in at the 3, the small forward.
Showing his explosiveness. You know, Galloway's strength, slicing his way to the rack, that's beautiful.
Robinson passes to Mahinmi. Count it, good.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Detroit leading by 8. And here's Brown outside. And Wagner pulls it down. Outside Robinson. Here's Brown. Here's Mahinmi. Another one falls for Washington.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Pass to Mikhailuk. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Offensive rebound. Maker dishes to Doumbouya. Count that bucket. Doumbouya's got his first basket.
Well, that's somebody who sees the whole floor and delivers it to the perfect wide-open shooter.
Here's Wagner, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Wow, look at how quick he flashes to the rim there for the finish.
Tipped away. It's stolen by Smith. Robinson passes to Wagner. Smith left side. Over to the left wing. Now the pass to Wagner. The Wizards working the ball around now. The shot by Mahinmi, no good. Pistons leading by 6.
And now a chance to see the former Demon Deacon Ish Smith in action. It has been in the league for a while now, and played for several teams, and he's a veteran through and through.
Robinson misses.
Boy, he's at the cup, but that is tremendous defense. Prohibit the lay-in without fouling.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
And when you have Ish Smith on your team, you know he's going to get you scoring off the bench.
And Smith not exactly great at any one thing, but the whole package is solid for a reserve. As long as you can make the right decision and just run the offense, that'll get you pretty far in this league. Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
And Maker sends it back. Here's Galloway. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And now a 12-point Detroit lead.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. But Case has found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. And that's what I've done." So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Here's Bonga. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Robinson kicks to Napier. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Down low. Here's Bryant. Good. And it's Napier with the assist that time.
Sees his man, has the angle on the interior, and drops a dime right there.
To the left wing. Passes it to McRae. Right wing. Here's Henson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
First trip to the line for him here. That free throw missing. No good at the stripe this time. The second misses also. Wizards trail by 12. Fast break. Here we go. They get it back. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Boy, the work ethic on the offensive glass just refuses to give up on that possession.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Rose. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Here's Hachimura. And out of bounds. The Pistons will take it. 11 seconds left in the first half of the game. Rose scanning the floor with 1 on the clock, and it's sent back by Bryant. And so is Detroit, enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
An outstanding first quarter for Derrick Rose. He had 10 points and 1 steal. Taking a look at the... And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you...
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. It's a fantastic game from Derrick Rose in this one.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Shabazz Napier out there with Brown, and it's Bonga in at the threesome. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. 5 on the clock, out to the right wing. Napier passes to Bonga, and the shot is long. Pistons leading by 12.
Boy, don't you love how Derrick Rose resurrected his career last season. What a surprise and a bright spot for the T-Wolves. He looked like a completely rejuvenated player.
Here's Snell. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. To the right side. Launches it. Rose can't hit. And for Rose, he looked refreshed and changed in how he approached his game.
You know what, Kevin? I think he is just a much more patient and smart basketball player. His three ball was so improved, and the shot selection was terrific. Turnovers were down. Just improvement across the board.
Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Griffin's shot is good. Griffin's got the lead up to 14 now for the Pistons.
And that's just too easy. When Griffin gets to that area of the floor, expect him to finish.
Hachimura the pass to Brown. Inside. Hachimura no good.
Boy, that makes him 0 for 3 to start the second half. Not the start you were hoping for here.
And it's sent back by Bryant.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
And he gets the bucket.
Well, their first basket in 4 tries. Can that trigger a little bit of good shooting here? We'll find out.
Kennard the pass to Wood. To the paint. It's tipped. The shot's good from Griffin. Griffin's got his third basket of the night right there.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
Pass to Hachimura. Fires from 14. It's good, and the Piston lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Bryant.
I'll tell you, individually, he is doing all he can. But right now, somebody's got to step in and support this guy.
Now here's Rose. Napier covering. Rose can't hit. The Wizards have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Another shot. Bonga. Detroit with the rebound. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Griffin passes to Kennard. Right side Rose. Here's Wood. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. We hear this a lot, Doris. The great offense always beats great defense. Think that's true?
I do, Kevin. I think obviously a defender is usually in reactionary mode. It's the rare defender who is dictating to the offensive player what they want to happen. So imagine trying to impact LeBron James as he's playing in the open floor with a head of steam. Like, good luck with that.
Yeah. Mahinmi passes to Wagner. Smith fires from way outside. Misses the deep three-point attempt. Detroit leading by 14. Here's McRae. Banked in off the glass. McRae's got his first 2 points of the night.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Galloway, no good. 1:03 left in the third. Mahinmi passes to Wagner. Here's Hachimura. Lays it up and banks it in. Hachimura's got 4 points in the quarter.
You have to push Hachimura out of there if you're the defense. He's a real problem on the interior.
Pass to McRae. From downtown. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. And the Pistons lead by 16.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Smith outside. And it's off from three-point range. For Detroit, they've gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. And he comes up with the deuce. Wood's got 6.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up. Pistons leading by 16.
There's Galloway. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. It's good on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Now Smith. Got it off in time, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall.
You know, with his strength, there are very few offensive players who are going to be able to bully Galloway on defense.
And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the floor for Detroit, John Henson out there with Maker. Then there's Tony Snell. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's McCray in at the 2. Back to Mahinmi. Wizards passing it around. Smith kicks to Robinson. From deep three-point range, Detroit with the rebound. Next game for them, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. And there's the bucket from McCray.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Smith outside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. We're seeing some great shooters with length, tall players shooting from outside. That seems to be the rage right now, but when you look in your crystal ball, Doris, what might be the next player trend in the NBA?
So we saw the evolution of big men as three-point shooters, men being able to enter the league as sort of back to the basket, consistent rebounding forces out of the post, now stepping away and becoming threats as face-up scorers. To me, one of the most intriguing young players in the league right now is Nikola Jokic. Here's a 7-foot guy who is a tremendous playmaker. His instinct is to pass more than it is to score. So you wonder, is that the next evolution of big men? And then the other thing, Kevin, you are starting to see offensive rebounding went away as a focal point of teams in the NBA. You are starting to see teams go back after the offensive glass. Does that continue?
Second chance is a big statistic, isn't it?
It is.
Bonga, the pass to Mahinmi. And the pass to Bonga. Wizards need to get a shot off here. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation for the Wizards. Bryant is checked in for Mahinmi. Troy Brown comes in for Robinson. And Shabazz Napier subbed in for Smith. Outside Rose. They get the rebound.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Christian Wood. That's his first foul. Napier passes to Bryant. Doris, isn't it interesting that we're seeing some teams with more three-point attempts than two-point attempts?
It's incredible, Kevin, that every year over the last decade you see more three-point attempts across all 30 NBA teams. And think about the Houston Rockets. In each of the last 2 years, the Rockets have actually taken more threes than twos. This is the evolution of the game. It is not going anywhere. There's 2 high-valued shots in the league. Restricted area twos, that means point-blank opportunities at the rim, and three-point shots, and everything else in between seems to be getting lost. Well, 2 long-range bombs in the first, but that's stalled out right now.
With the 10th, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
The hard blue-collar work ethic on display. This guy just beating everyone to the ball.
Outside Rose. It's hauled in by Brown. And so Bryant will bring it up for Washington. It's a 16-point game. Here's Hachimura. Napier kicks to Brown. Over Rose. Hachimura. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And his coaches and teammates love that. They want Hachimura getting after it more on that offensive glass.
Here's Griffin. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Pistons lead by 16.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Rebound, Detroit.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Rose double teamed. In the corner, Snell with it. Back to Rose. 1:29 left in the game. And Griffin stays with it.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Pistons.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season. And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Derrick Rose.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Back to Bryant. Over Griffin. The shot by Bryant, no good. Griffin attacking. He can't get it to go. Now Washington takes it the other way. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. They get it again. Hachimura can't get it to fall. Here are the Pistons with the ball. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Now here's Rose. From deep. And no good. And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Dorisburg, David Aldridge.
unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
play for this week from our own LD2K. It was just too good to pass up. Enjoy.
Come on, man. We had to really show this. Wait, no!
Always a ton of style coming through the tunnel in New York City. The Knicks confident and composed as they get set to take their home court. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Take a look at the Pistons. Their season nearly over unless a form of miracle happens. And, of course, the New York Knicks tied up with them.
And checking out Detroit, they're going to stumble towards the finish line this season with the playoffs nowhere near a possibility.
And you have to wonder just how different this team will look next season, from players to possibly coaches, maybe every level of the organization.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. On the wings, Kennard and Snell. Griffin is out there with Wood, and it's Rose in at the 1. And for New York, Barrett is out there with Elfrid Payton. Then it's Julius Randle. Then it's Taj Gibson. And it's Harkless in at the 3 spot. And the basket by Rose. And tonight, two teams, Brent, that like to get into their sets, work the ball, have a little patience. Back in your day, what was your favorite play to run in half court?
Any NBA player, Kevin, will tell you their favorite play to run in the half court was any play that was called for them. Yeah. So let's start with that. But most of the time, I just enjoyed sets where the ball moved around. 4 or 5 touches. We talk often about good to great, but when you knew the opportunity for you to shoot the ball was there, but there was a better one for the next guy, that's when you're operating at a high level.
Payton against Rose. The shot by Payton, no good.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
Shot's good by Kennard.
Now their offense is rolling. A perfect start. 4 of 4 so far.
Payton against Rose. Right side Gibson. There's the pass to Harkless. That one, no good. How the Pistons take it the other way. Victory eluded them last time in New York when they took on the Knicks.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
Here's Payton, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, saw the opportunity, did Elfrid Payton, and inside capitalized.
Rose kicks to Wood. Outside Rose. Fires at the elbow. That's good on the jump shot. Rose has got 6.
Yeah, complete focus right now. Such an impressive start to this game. 100% from the field.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, some good things happening right now with Elfrid Payton being aggressive to find his way towards the rim. I like it when he attacks like this.
And a trying summer for the New York Knicks fans. After trading away Porzingis, they were hoping to get a big-name player in free agency, Greg, and they didn't.
You know, shocking they refused to offer the max to Kevin Durant. I mean, there were concerns.
Well, Griffin is going to come to the game with a certain attitude, and nights like this where he's going after domination, he can be dangerous.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively, because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
And that was the play to make. Rose making the right read.
Barrett the pass to Portis. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
Kennard kicks to Rose. Over Payton. The Knicks pull it in. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta. It's Portis atop the key. Puts up a 3. New York now working with the new shot clock. Great look, but off the mark.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
So for the Knicks, Kevin Knox is checked in for Portis. Ellington comes in for Barrett. And it's Ntilikina in for Elfrid Payton. Robinson kicks to Ellington. Fires from the corner. That one off the back iron and out.
I'm not sure if family and friends are here in the stands tonight, but he wanted to show that one off. Fading away on the shot was absolutely not necessary.
Robinson drives in. Passes to Ntilikina. Here's Bullock. They grab their own miss. Robinson. Three-pointer Ellington. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket. So it's the Pistons now, leading by 5. Mykhailiuk passes to Wood. One second left. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Yeah, it's almost like he's playing with the wristwatch there. He knew the time, he executed.
And so is Detroit, heading to the bench with a sip. And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
I couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
Here are the 5. Detroit has to start the second quarter. Baker out there with Doumbouya. Then there's Brown. And it's Mykhailiuk in at the 3, the small forward. Well, it's been an up-and-down start to his career, but we do know that Frank Ntilikina can play defense.
Interesting to see how it is he progresses in terms of his offensive game. Feels like the league is tending to lean more, Kevin. If you had a decision between a defensive player and an offensive player, it's going the offensive player's way. So Ntilikina is going to have to step up, show that he's improved his shooting range, and then get consistent minutes on the floor.
Brown outside. Clock at 6. And the jam by Doumbouya.
Scraping and clawing, doing everything he can to grow that lead.
Emphatic on the putback stuff.
Team's having a tough time containing him, attacking all the way there.
That one falls. And it's Galloway with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. It's a 5-point game coming off that loss against Philadelphia. Brown outside. Gets rebounded by New York. Robinson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Ellington. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Way to stick with it right there as Ntilikina able to keep it going with the activity.
Pistons leading by 3. Brown drives in. Dishes to Maker. Here's Mykhailiuk. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. Mykhailiuk's got 5 now.
This is what he does. Find space on the perimeter and then sink the 3.
And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. Here's a chance now to check out the New York Knicks' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll tip off a road trip in Miami where they'll take on the Heat. And then on Tuesday, they'll head home to take on the Charlotte Hornets.
And for that game against the Warriors, this is a game that they are expected to win, but sometimes those are the kind of games where you get a little bit sloppy and start looking ahead. Either way, they'll need to put in tremendous effort to walk away with the victory.
So easy to respect Taj Gibson and the way he goes about his business. A strong leader on and off the floor.
The Knicks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. He misses the free throw. Greg, you stood up for 6 teams in your NBA career. What do you think about some of the front offices that you came across during that playing time?
I think when you find a front office, when you move from franchise to franchise, is what it is that they value most. And there were some franchises, quite frankly, Kevin, that I played for where they just wanted you to show up on time, get there, play the game, and leave. Those franchises end up having a lot of struggle to find some footing in the league. They also find trouble finding attraction from free agency because people understand the culture just isn't there. There are other teams that do so many other things well, Kevin. You feel so much more valued as a player throughout your course of your career. Those are the places that end up sticking with you. And I think the league is doing a great job from top to bottom, moving in that direction. Now, some are doing it better than others. That will always be the case. But the idea around finding more completeness for what it is you provide a player is a great thing for everybody.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. The promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. And Kevin, we know one thing in New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
And D.A., that's when he is at his best. Thank you. The shot is good by McRae.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Stolen by Henson. Now Detroit moving it up. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Yeah, that's the kind of passing that opens up the eyes to Blake Griffin's overall talent.
Payton looking it over. Shot on the wing. They get it again.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
55 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Payton against Rose. It's good. Here's that basket. He's now 5 for 9.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Barrett kicks to Payton. Some nice passing by New York here. There's 31 seconds left in the first half. 6 on the shot clock. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Right side Rose. Back to Griffin. Over Randall. Griffin can't get it to go in. In the corner, Barrett with it. Misses the three. And we finish one half of basketball. Pistons ahead as they end the second quarter. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Detroit finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They are leading by 12. And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. I kind of like what Derrick Rose has done in this game.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. And New York looking at who they've got. Randall out there with Taj Gibson. Then there's Payton. Then there's Mo Harkless. And it's Barrett at the 2 guard. Let's hit 5 from 18. Rose with the ball. Snell the pass to Rose. Shot clock at 6. The 3. The putback, and Griffin stays with it. Griffin's got 12.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Payton kicks to Barrett. Baseline Jay on the way. It's hauled in by Wood. Wood's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
90 seconds now into the second half. Here's Gibson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Commend the physical play of Taj Gibson. He brings that every night. When he's shooting, he's skilled at drawing contact.
A different look for New York. Robinson's checked in for Randall. Reggie Bullock comes in for Harkless. And Ellington is subbed in for Barrett. Then for the Pistons, Doumbouya is checked in for Griffin. Brown comes in for Luke Kennard. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Rose. Wood, great positioning on the putback.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Robinson passes to Bullock. Lets it go from the wing. The putback.
All right, after 4 misses, they finally get one to go. That has to be a big relief for the offense after beginning this half on a bit of a cold streak.
Brown outside. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. Brown's got his first points of the night.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Galloway, the pass to Doumbouya. And Detroit again with the bucket.
Well, Fizdale, part of those great teams in Miami as an assistant coach with Eric Spoelstra. He coaches with a lot of fire and enthusiasm. He's very involved emotionally in what his team does on a daily basis, and it's why a lot of these young players are gravitating towards his coaching style.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, in Blake Griffin, the Pistons have their biggest star in years, probably going back to their championship team of 2004. A return to all-star form for Blake meant tremendous individual numbers last season. And the Pistons hadn't won a playoff game in more than a decade. Still not the result they want in 2019. The Pistons will be trying to capitalize during Blake's prime. Kevin, we'll see where this franchise goes from here.
We sure will, David, but he's a terrific player. Thank you so much. And New York hoped that Fizdale's likability would be a factor in free agency.
Yeah, I think it's going to help the Knicks as they move forward here. Try to find some stability with their coach. That way, David Fizdale and his messaging can remain consistent with the type of players that they try to attract here to Gotham.
Here's Knox. Offensive rebound. Gibson passes to Ntilikina. To the wing right side. Here's Knox. New York, no good that time either.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And a fast break now for the Knicks. This one for 3. New York, no good that time either. Pistons leading by 21. Fast break Detroit. Luke passes to Henson. He dishes it to Snell. Pass to McRae. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Snell, that's good.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
And here's Rose. Looking to get back on track here. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. The Pistons on top. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Especially in the playoffs, Brent, so much can change when a player gets into foul trouble. You see the league ever modifying that foul out rule?
I know that they do that in the summer league where you can stay on the court for 10 fouls as elimination, but it's a technical every time. I don't see the league doing that. I think it's good for the game so that star players or meaningful players, ones that play specifically on defense, they have to have responsibility for what it is that they're doing on the floor. And if they're overly aggressive, you should be penalized for playing that way.
And Detroit looking at who they've got. At the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. Rose is out there with Kennard, and it's Wood in at the 5 spot. Good on the shot. 14 points for Blake Griffin.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Pass to Barrett. Brent, we have seen some international showcase games the last few years. Do you like that trend?
Oh, absolutely. I like the fact that our league, we know how global it is with how many players from different countries are represented throughout the rosters around the league. But for our game to travel around to London and to Mexico City and have an opportunity for those fans to see what NBA basketball is like, I think it's an absolute win for the
I'd like
NBA.
to see more, actually.
Well, more time for those teams. The timing of some of those trips for some teams are a little bit tough in terms of their travel, but their appearances there mean so much more to grow the game globally.
And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That'll be his second foul at the game. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for New York. The Knicks shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Here's Dotson. Got 3 off the mark. One-on-one fast break. Pistons keep it alive. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
How about the perseverance offensively? I mean, following up the missed shot, and that results in second and third opportunities.
And the contract structure for NBA first-rounders, 2 years guaranteed, 2 years of team options, qualifying offer. Brent, should we consider changing that up?
I think it's working pretty well, Kevin. I think every front office is out there trying to find players out there that are giving you value beyond your contract, and that happens a lot when you're a team that has a first-round pick, 1 through 10, 1 through 20, and you hit on a draft choice. You potentially could get 3 years and sometimes 4 when you have incredible players coming into the league as their first year, changing franchises around. But a player that's providing way more value than the contract that they're getting at that time. So I don't see that changing much. It gives teams a long enough time to evaluate the talent coming in.
Seems to be working.
It does. And the players that prove it are looking at the calendar saying, could I fast forward 3 years? Because I really like to cash in on what I'm doing for you.
Outside, Robinson to the left side wing. Here's Dotson. The pass to Smith from deep 3-point range. Offensive rebound. That shot is off. The Pistons have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Brown feeling it out a bit. Outside Knight. When it comes to choosing, Brent, the MVP, the Coach of the Year, the Rookie of the Year, all these different great awards, do you like the current voting structure for these big awards right now?
I don't mind the current voting structure. I don't know how you get away from what it is that, in terms of handing people ballots to figure out who it is that they think have earned those awards throughout the year, Kevin. What I don't like about the structure is that you have media members who are voting on things that have huge financial ramifications for organizations. And when that stuff happens with a player who's going to earn a supermax contract because he made an all-NBA team, what you're going to start doing is restricting smaller market teams from being able to afford the ability to keep their star player with the team. And so that needs to be fixed and fixed immediately.
I do not like the media. Wait a minute.
Wait.
I am the media.
You are the media, Kevin.
Strike that. Let's rewind.
Can we delete that?
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Pistons.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season. And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Blake Griffin.
He was tough to cover all game long. One of those nights when he felt like nobody could stop him, and they didn't. Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
Passes it to Ellington. For the three. No good on that one. And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the...
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brent...
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Thanks for watching this week, and make sure you check back here for more news on NBA 2K21.
And make sure to follow us on social for all the event updates.
Remember, it's at NBA 2K_2KTV, and thanks for watching.
See you next time.
The Pistons earlier, arriving at the arena. Hard to imagine a group looking more and a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for him.
And he's been on the upswing offensively these past few months. And you know how much they love getting all those extra points out of him. He's been carrying a much bigger load lately, and I think he'll just continue to get better.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. On the wings, Kennard and Snell. Griffin is out there with Wood, and it's Rose in at the 1. And for Charlotte, Washington out there with Bridges. Then there's Terry Rozier, and there's Bismack Biyombo, and it's Graham in at the 2 spot.
Well, the Pistons, one of the more successful franchises in NBA history. 3 titles and many other trips to the NBA Finals. Only a handful of franchises can say that.
An efficient start here offensively, working it inside for the easy 2.
Snell kicks to Rose. Ring shot on the way. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2. And Smitty, you were talking about the Pistons, a history of success, of championships. But the last 10 years have been difficult.
Pistons have struggled the last decade. You're so right, Kevin. But this team has a track record of not staying down for long. Detroit doing what they can to return to championship contention.
Here's Washington, following the score by Derrick Rose. Shot clock at 2. Here's Graham. And a miss there on the triple. Now the Pistons with it. Here's Kennard. Lays it up off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now, here's Rozier. He's coming off a 40-point game against the Heat in Miami. Now, here's Biyombo. He's covered by Rose. From the wing. The shot missing. The Pistons have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. That's in. He's gotten 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Derrick Rose inside is a treat to watch because watch how high he gets off the floor.
Rose with the double team. From deep. Rebound, Detroit. Their last encounter was in Detroit.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
A combination of unforced errors and just poor decision making. They need to be much better in that aspect of the game this time around.
Well, Smitty, we're coming down the stretch here. Talk about the mental toughness needed to finish a season strong.
You know, I think you got to have that. Everybody talk about the game physically, guys making shots. And we all know there's some teams and players, they all do that well. But who's the tough team that can get through the tough times? That's when you see the teams that can get over the hump and you start to say, I like that team.
And here's the break. There's Snell, and it's blocked.
And the impact Bridges makes on the defensive end, showing he's not to be messed with.
Some changes for Charlotte. Dwayne Bacon comes in for Miles Bridges. And it's Batum in for Terry Rozier. Langston Galloway's checked in for the Pistons. Graham, the pass to Washington. Misses from close range.
Shut down. This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim.
The shot's good.
You see Griffin keeping his eyes up, looking for a hole in that defense.
Hornets trail by 6. Here's Galloway. And the defense really pressing up on him. Made that a tough shot. Griffin with the steal. And here comes Detroit again with the fast break. Here's Wood. He's covered by Zeller. It's deflected. Got a piece of it. Making the pass to Zeller. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Right side, Griffin. The pass to Wood. Kennard kicks to Galloway. 6 to shoot. Griffin passes to Wood. It's tipped, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team. And with this break, let's bring up the list of the dominant rookie rebounders in the NBA this season. You look at Washington, one of the game's best, second in the league.
And you know, rebounding was a skill that I thought would translate to the NBA for him. We knew he could board with the best of them, and he has not disappointed.
And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. Here's Graham. He's covered by Brown. Charlotte needs to get a shot. Stolen away. Detroit moving it up. Brown's got the ball. Here's McCray. Batum grabs the miss.
Out of character for him to miss that shot. Maybe just a little too casual there.
Bacon gets the bucket. 11 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Out left to the wing. Here's Mikhailuk. Goes back up. Misses at the rim. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Pistons ahead, leading by a point. And the And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
And you can't cause those mistakes unless you're willing to gamble. So far, they've rolled the dice, and it's paid off.
On the floor for Detroit, McCray is out there with Brown. Then there's Maker. Then there's Doumbouya. And it's Mikhailuk in at the 3 spot. Graham dishes to Batum. Just 5 on the clock. Wants to get it to Zeller and does. Wide open to the hoop. Here's Doumbouya. And the jam by Doumbouya.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
We talk about it time and time again. Turnovers are costly, especially when the game is close.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Charlotte's had to wait a bit the last few years. Now, the city hosted the All-Star game last season. But for the Hornets, they've gone 3 seasons without a playoff appearance and 15 seasons without winning a playoff series. In that time, the franchise has had 7 head coaches and a shifting front office. But Buzz City is hoping that its wait for playoff relevance will end soon. Kevin?
We all are. David, thank you. Here's Brown, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. John Henson's checked in for Detroit. Rose comes in for Brown. Here's Rozier. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Kicks it to Biyombo. Fires from deep. Bacon's shot is off.
Defensively, it's hard to account for everything. They gambled off him, and it worked.
And with Thon Maker still a developing project, you forget, Smitty, how young he really is.
You're right, Kevin. Has a lot of time ahead of him. You can see the touch and the length he has. Hopefully, he can keep working and put it all together.
No good on that one. Steve, I know you like this, that the three-point shot is having such an effect on the league, actually transforming the NBA. Are you surprised how fast all this is happening?
I am. I'm surprised that so many teams are adopting this transformation of shooting a 3-ball, because there's some teams and there's some players, I know they shoot it, Kevin, but they shoot it at such a low percentage. If you have the guys that can shoot it, you should adopt it. If not, you got to find another way of winning ball games. There's nothing wrong with having a great mid-range team that can knock down mid-range jumpers.
Bridges passes to Zeller. Back to Bridges. Zeller trying to free himself up, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Aggressive, just an attacker. Bridges wants the rock, especially near the rim.
And Henson with the bucket on the assist by Rose. Henson's got his first bucket of the night. Hornets trail by 3. Pass to Rozier. Charlotte moving the ball around. Bridges dishes to Zeller. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking coming up for the Charlotte Hornets. On Friday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Sunday, they'll tip off a road trip starting in Orlando and going up against the Magic.
And for that matchup with the 76ers, they have that date circled. They love to compete, and they feel they can play very well against that group if they can execute. Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Here's Bacon, and the layup is good. Bacon's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Here's Rose. Bank shot, no good.
His struggles from the field continue, yet they still hold the lead.
Passes it to Washington. Second shot opportunity. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Pistons leading by 3. Here's Griffin, and the slam by Blake Griffin.
The defense has to be terrified when Blake Griffin makes his mind up to drive it hard.
It's tipped. And he goes right over Miles Bridges and slams it down.
Griffin is just fearless. I mean, a guy who is not scared of anything. That was ridiculous.
Biyombo with it, working on Henson. Biyombo, no luck.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
The shot's good from Henson.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Bridges passes to Washington. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
I love the fact that Bridges does a little bit of everything, including passing the ball.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Rose looking around. Fast break now for Charlotte. Washington passes to Biyombo. Pass to Rozier. Fires the 3. And so it's the Detroit Pistons heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the... It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period with just a 1-point lead. They stepped up their game and that's a wrap for our halftime show.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Hornets trail by 7. And one of those little spark plug guys, Terry Rozier, plays the game with Greg, I think, a chip on his shoulder.
I mean, the story goes, as a kid, when his temper flared, his mother would have to sit on him until he cooled down. He's learned to channel that fire and emotion into his game.
We've got Bismack Biyombo. Bridges out there with Washington. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Graham in at the shooting guard position. So that's who James Borrego starts the second half with.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
From deep, Rose. The Pistons rebound. Wood kicks to Snell. Rose against Rozier. A second chance effort. And Griffin with the layup. Griffin's got 8.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
The pass to Biyombo, uncovered, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Griffin passes to Snell, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And Charlotte called for the foul. The Pistons shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. The emphasis on freedom of movement, less grabbing and holding on the perimeter, Steve, has made some players almost impossible to defend.
Yeah, James Harden, because he likes to be physical, and is how can you not guard him without being physical in return? Steph Curry, because he gets an opening shoot shots. Lillard, Kyrie, Devin Booker, Giannis, Kevin Durant for sure. It's hard to guard these guys because they're so good on the offensive end.
Here's Rose, and the layup's good off the glass. He's got 6.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
The problem is your opponent is making big plays as well. I'll be curious to see the response.
6 on the shot clock. Count the basket. Rose has got 4 points this quarter.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Pass to Rozier. The putback. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Here's Rose. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Derrick Rose putting pressure on the defense, always looking to draw contact.
Detroit shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And the Hornets making a change here. Batum's checked in.
Even though that one didn't go down, I like the offensive game plan here. 3 for 4 coming out of the break.
Graham, the pass to Washington. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Yeah, and how about the stick-to-itiveness on that possession? Stayed with it, didn't give up until the ball was in the basket.
Kicks it to Doumbouya. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Takes a shot at the elbow, and he drops that one in. 11 points for Rose.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
We've got 1:55 left in the third quarter of the game. Out to the right wing. Now here's Zeller. D right on him. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Zeller's got 10 points in the game.
And that field goal percentage climbing now above 50%. They look like a different team here in the second half.
Pulls up. A rebound by Washington. Washington's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Batum passes to Washington. Banked in off the glass. Now just a 2-point Piston lead.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Rose fails to score here. He has made 5 of 12 to this point. Batum attacking, and it's all evened up. Batum's got his first basket of the night.
You can see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
Yeah, the reason is they tied it up, but it took a lot of focus and a lot of energy. We'll see if they can sustain this effort.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebounding. Unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
Bridges shot. Good. Bridges has got it all tied up now for Charlotte.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside. Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket. A quick, good shot here, and they can go 2 for 1.
Trying to squeeze out every extra possession, but they have to work fast.
Zeller and Charlotte again with the bucket.
In case anyone was wondering, this is what it looks like when you're in the zone. He hasn't missed one all quarter.
Passes it to Mikhailuk. To the inside. The Hornets pull it in. Zeller's got 4 rebounds now tonight. For the lead. No good. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And Detroit looking at who they've got. We've got John Henson. He's out there with Tony Snell. Wood out there with McCray. And it's Galloway in at the point guard. Pass to Henson. Here's McCray. He kicks it to Galloway. Launches it. Detroit getting another chance here. McCray passes to Henson. Good on the baseline, Jay. And the Pistons lead by 2.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
Here's Zeller, and there's the pass to Rozier. Tries again. And the foul called on Bismack Biyombo. That's his first foul. So for the Pistons, Griffin's checked in for John Henson. Luke Kennard comes in for McCray. And it's Rose in for Langston Galloway. Griffin. Zeller grabs the board. And here's Rozier. He brings it up for the Hornets. Bacon the pass to Batum. The shot from the low post is good.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
The Pistons have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Outside Griffin. Here's Kennard. Shoots from 12. Here's Wood. Pass to Kennard. This one for 3. And Derrick Rose gets the 3. Rose has got 10 points here in the second half.
I don't know what Coach told him at halftime, but he is shooting the lights out right now.
Down low. Outside for Batum. Passes it to Rozier. Fires for 3. And it's Rozier again missing.
And he has lost all confidence out there. Still not a single field goal made in the game.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Now Rose. 5 to shoot. Snell finds Rose. 3-pointer. The offensive rebound. And Griffin stays with it. And the Pistons lead by 5.
Adding to this lead, he's been dependable and consistent at the offensive end.
Outside, Batum. Pass to Biyombo. Batum tipped back in for 2.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. They get the rebound. Biyombo with the block. To the middle. There's Bacon. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Washington's checked in for the Hornets. Bridges comes in for Nicholas Batum. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Rose kicks to Griffin. Here's Kennard. The Pistons keeping it alive. A new 14. Wood passes to Griffin. The Pistons working the ball around now. Here's Rose. Tries yet again. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
He doesn't let you off the hook, Blake Griffin. He likes to draw contact and usually gets to the free throw line.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really want. He's got one more, though. And the Hornets making a change here. Graham's checked in. For Charlotte, they've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6.
There's a fearlessness that Bridges brings to this team. He just welcomes the chance to take important shots.
The putback. Here's Wood. And at last, they get one to fall.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
And I love the play call. This is where you get the ball into the hands of your closers, where they can do something with it.
A pass to Biyombo. And he converts the layup. And the Hornets lead by 1. Sounds like a rock concert in here.
And guys, that was the bucket they have been waiting for.
Rozier against Rose. Pass to Snell. Here's Kennard. Outside Rose. Clock at 6. And foul on the and here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
The former 5-star recruit, first overall pick in the draft. Griffin's been slowed down only by injuries.
And so he's good on both free throws, and that gives them the lead.
No doubt about those free throws. This is why you put the ball in his hands.
Bridges dishes to Biyombo.
Had a foul to give there.
The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And so the big win by Detroit in a tight game. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific
benefits to the stick, resulting in unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
This week on NBA 2K TV, we're inside the bubble with Washington Mystics and 2K fan Ariel Powers. Plus, we're talking 2K21 with Mike Wang and Agent Zero. We check in with community members, and we have some hints on what you can expect from my team in 2K21. That's all happening now.
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong. The tallest building in... As we approach the playoffs, let's see how the East is shaping up. Taking a look at Washington. Right now they're on the outside looking in at the playoff seeds. And checking out Detroit, they're at the bottom of the conference.
And you know, for the Wizards, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're disappointed in that. I mean, they were hoping to take that next step.
And now Washington's starting group. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Brown out there with Shabazz Napier. And it's Bonga in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Pistons, at the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. Rose is out there with Kennard, and it's Wood in at the 5. Bryant passes to Hachimura, and that one is stuffed right through.
And proving to be effective around the rim, Hachimura leaving no doubt about that one.
And out of Japan, a real interesting prospect, Hachimura, especially now that he can stretch the floor.
Yeah, he found the 3 ball in his last year of college, hit over 40%. You combine that with the size, the motor, he is really versatile, and I feel like he's putting it all together.
Another year of record-breaking offense. Why is it, Chris, that great offense so often beats great defense?
Because defense is not about stopping you. It's about making you take the option that the defense wants. And so if we make a guy that doesn't shoot jumpers very well, if we stop all the penetration and make him shoot a jumper and he knocks it down, you just got to shake his hand. Sometimes it's great D, better offense. And we know this is a scoring league. And, you know, you can play the best defense in the world and have your hand up and, matter of fact, smack him in the face. But Curry, Harden, LeBron, they're still going to knock that shot down.
Smack him in the face, you said.
Oh, I've tried that. I've done that before, and it doesn't work with the great ones. No. Just tap them on the forehead while they're shooting a jump shot and look the other way. They'll still knock it down.
Now here's Rose. Napier covering. And it's Rose penetrating. That one good for 2.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Wizards passing it around. Hachimura, no good. The Pistons have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's Kennard. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
A really smart opening quarter for them at the offensive end. Moving, finding good shots. They're 4 for 5 from the field.
Round kicks to Napier. Pass to Hachimura. Out left to the wing. Bonga, the pass to Bryant. Here's Hachimura. Shoots over Griffin. They get it back.
I love his work ethic, not to mention his hands. You need both to convert those tip-ins.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Here's Rose. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And Rose, so dangerous coming off the pick. All he needs is a half step, and he can do the rest. And a coach that players love is Dwayne Casey. Very vet-friendly, sticks up for his guys in every post-game interview.
Yeah, Casey is very measured in his approach. He can be a bit slow to change at times, but his players appreciate the consistency, the timing, the execution. I mean, that's outstanding initiative from Griffin on these catch-and-shoot jumpers.
Napier passes to Bonga. Top of the key, Bryant. Here's Hachimura. Defended by Griffin. And that one's good. Hachimura.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. The three-pointer is right on target.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
Here's Wood. A second chance effort, and Griffin puts it in. Griffin's got 6.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Griffin with the steal. Here's Kennard. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. Wood with the bucket.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Yeah, and this is what you love to see. Both teams going at it, working to get to their spots and cashing in.
Good. Pistons trail by 3. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And the Pistons making a change here. Galloway is checked in, and Washington making a change here. Here's Wood, guarded by Mahimi. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. 6 points for him.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal. Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Here's Galloway. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And the intelligence of Galloway, reading the defense well and making the right decision in the pick and roll.
Back right after this. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Wizards, guys.
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Well, I love the ball movement so far, GA. Everything clicking at the offensive end. Very rich history for Detroit Pistons. They've been a part of the sports scene in Detroit since 1957, and they have 3 championships to their name.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Pistons, we got Baker on out there with Doumbouya. And it's Mikhailuk in at the small forward. Hachimura the pass to Mahimi. Here's Wagner. And Maker sends it back.
Proving he could be an active defender. Great hustle from Maker to stifle the shooter.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Pistons trail by 3. Well, you look back at the title teams for the Pistons. There were a lot of them. Chris, which team was your favorite?
Oh, man. Well, growing up in Detroit, I'd have to go back to the bad ones in 89, 90, just watching them get through Boston and then, dominate the Bulls at that time. They went back-to-back winning championships. That was incredible. And it was something special, though, about my boys in the 2014. Sheed, Ben Wallace, Rip, those guys. That was fun to watch as well.
Swiped it away. Smith finds Robinson. Wagner, good. Wagner's got 6.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Brown the pass to Maker. It's stolen by Mahimi. And, oh, here we go. Smith's got it. The fast break chance. Another one falls for Washington.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Down low, Doumbouya. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Doumbouya's got his first basket.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Wagner, good.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Mikhailuk passes to Brown. Knocked away. Dishes it to Doumbouya. Here's Mikhailuk, covered by Smith. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Mikhailuk's got his first 2 points of the night. Smith kicks to Robinson, to the middle. The shoe culture becoming a bigger part of the game. Signature shoes, custom shoes, collections. P.J. Tucker with over 4,000 pairs of shoes. See, Webb, are you a collector?
I love it, and it's all because of the Jordan phenomenon. What Michael Jordan did for the game, not just with the shoe, but what he did for the game and making it be so cool in the culture. And I got to give my boys in Michigan, I got to give us a little credit, too, with what we did there. But the shoe game has definitely become something that's just crazy out of control. I love it, but no, yeah, I'm a little bit of a collector. Defensive breakdown, and they can't capitalize. He'll hit that shot almost every time.
Smith the pass to Mahinmi, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. First one falls for him. We see the shift toward players on competing teams becoming friends. How does that compare to when you played this?
It's a little bit different. The players that I admired the most, I wouldn't be friendly with on purpose. We were in the same position. A guy like KG, one of my favorite players ever. We're close now. But during when we played, it was either me or him.
Really?
It was both of us. I didn't want to hang around with him when I'm trying to beat him in the summer. But, you got guys like the Banana Boat crew and LeBron and Wade. They're good friends anyway. Melo and Bron came in 1 and 2, and they had that relationship. So I think relationships are always great. Really, it's just about can you turn the friendship off when you cross the line? I know that Banana Boat crew can, and I know others can as well. And that's all you want. As much as you're friends off the court, I want you to dislike each other on the court through your friendship, just like a big brother, little brother type of thing. So I don't think it's a problem.
Here's Rose. Detroit, no good that time either.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Here's Napier. That's in, coming off an assist from Bryant. Bryant's got 3 assists in the game.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Bonga the pass to Napier. Lays it up off the glass. Napier's got the lead up to 14 now for the Wizards.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
Yeah, Greg, they're just playing smart basketball, reading the floor well and executing. The movement off the ball is good. I mean, and the pass to hit him in stride is even better.
Bryant dishes to Mahinmi. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
He hits one, then this is the 2nd attempt from the free throw line.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Kennard the pass to Rose. And what a play, just snatched out of the air. Credit the block. It's picked off. And Thomas Bryant gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Rose kicks to McRae. And so it's the Washington Wizards. 13 points up at the end of the period. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to a pretty close game for the Wizards throughout the first quarter. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period. And that'll about...
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Pistons trailed by 13, so on the floor for Washington. Shabazz Napier out there with Brown. And there's Bryant. Then there's Ian Mahinmi. And it's Bonga in at the 3. Rose in the post. Napier covering. And the rejection by Mahinmi. Bonga gets the bucket. Bonga's got the first points of the 3rd quarter up on the board for the Wizards. Now here's Rose. Napier covering. Rose kicks to Kennard. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Wizards leading by 15.
And so many issues for this Wizards team the last few seasons have been due to a lack of an inside presence.
Yeah, inside scoring has been a problem, GA. I mean, they've had to lean heavily on outside outside shooting. Also, though, they've been struggling with rebounding.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Well, Greg, their poise has been tremendous. I mean, excellent at both ends, has them increasing this lead.
And that was the play to make. Rose making the right read.
And so Bryant will bring it up for the Wizards. Mahinmi finds Bryant. Brown outside. Pass to Mahinmi. Here's Bonga. Nice ball movement by Washington. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Griffin dishes to Rose. Tries it from the top of the key. No good off the back of the rim.
It's still early, but a 1-for-4 start to the half, that's a bad sign if you ask me. If they've got a can't-miss play, now's the time to break the glass and pull it out.
Pistons trail by 15. Griffin passes to Rose. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. 6 points for Rose.
And that's the Derrick Rose of old. Full speed ahead and bursting to the rim.
Inside, here's Mahinmi. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And stolen by Napier. Brown outside. Back to Bryant. From past the arc. Offensive rebound. Mahinmi kicks to Bryant. To the paint. Here's Brown. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Brown's got 5.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Rose passes to Griffin. Misses from close range.
You know, they say there are no easy finishes in the NBA, but that should have been easy.
Brown dishes to Mahinmi. That shot missing. Now the Pistons take it the other way.
Well, Coach Scott Brooks has seen success in the past. Respected coach who has won Coach of the Year. But the heat is on in Washington.
Yeah, he hasn't had great luck here with the Wizards. I mean, new management this year might be evaluating him. It could be a make-or-break season for Brooks.
And you love to see Rose aggressively looking to score on the inside.
Brown kicks to Bryant. Brown the pass to Bryant. Here's Mahinmi. It's hauled in by Wood.
He's not using his head this quarter. He's got to get back to finding how to send his shots.
Passes it to Kennard. Sinks the three-pointer. Kennard's got 5 points now this quarter.
But the D didn't do a good enough job on him. He could be an ace when he gets a good look at 3.
Brown down low. The pass to Bonga from outside the arc. Wizards working now with the new shot clock. And a nice shot by Bryant.
How frustrating for the defense. You get the stop, but then fail to block out.
Yeah, and it's inexcusable. But all too common. Basketball one-on-one. When the shot goes up, put a body on someone.
Now here's Rose. Napier covering. That one's good. And the Washington lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Derrick Rose. Here's Bonga. 6 points for him. Brown the pass to Bryant. Here's Bonga. Defended by Griffin. To the inside. Here's Mahinmi. Here's Bryant. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Napier passes to Bryant. But they'll get another chance. That one wide left. Got it off in time. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Washington Wizards enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball. And how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. They've got Doumbouya. Brown out there with McCray. Then it's John Henson. And it's Mikhailuk in at the small forward position. That's the 5 and the 4 for the Pistons.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Pass to Doumbouya. And taken away by Brown. And Smith with a clear path to the hoop. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Robinson's got 4 assists now tonight. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Detroit. It's a 16-point game. Next game for them, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Here's Henson. Here's Doumbouya. Offline with his 3. For Washington, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Brown right side. To the wing on the left. Here's Hachimura. And he overshot that one, missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Crops in the layup for 2. There's always at least one joker on every roster. Who was the funniest guy, Chris, you ever played alongside?
Oh, man. By far is Jay Will. Jay Will, White Chocolate. He was the funniest before the game, after the game, during the game. He would, you know, it'd be a bad call by a ref or something. He'd say something to the ref would laugh and pat him on the butt. I mean, he's a funny guy. He's somewhere right now telling jokes, having somebody laugh and fall out on the floor. It was just his personality. A hard worker, but he definitely was the joker on the court.
Akers checked in for the Pistons. Brown the pass to Wagner. Here's Hachimura.
And a new regime in Washington as they have moved on from the previous GM. A lot to do here.
Yeah, GM, it's not an ideal cap situation to work with. Fans are excited to see what can be done. They need to land a few big free agents. It hasn't happened for the Wizards in a while.
Tony Snell's checked in for the Pistons. Langston Galloway comes in for Doumbouya. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Ryan's checked in. Henson against Bryant. Maker passes to Henson. With the shot. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Oh, you hate to let those easy chances slip through your fingers.
No one near Smith as he lets it go. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assists.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Henson finds Galloway. Pass to McCray. 6 to shoot. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Galloway with the bucket.
Yeah, and they are living and dying from beyond the arc since halftime. It's a different look than what we saw in the first half.
Hachimura finds himself wide open and drills it. And the Wizards lead by 16.
Well, this is what Smith does best, keeping his eyes moving to set up the open man.
McCray kicks to Snell. Another 3 for Detroit.
Well, that's almost a sure thing when you leave him that wide open on the perimeter. I mean, that's his sweet spot.
And Brown throws it down hard.
That's just a product of good pass work. I mean, nice team basketball right there.
Henson the pass to Galloway. Now here's Maker, covered by Smith. And that one drops. Maker's got his first bucket in this one.
Showing he has some touch. Now for Maker, it's more about adding the muscle so he can become more dangerous.
Wizards passing it around. Back to Brown. Henson trying to break free. Banked in off the glass. Brown's got 4 points in the quarter.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And it's not about running up to score. It's about closing the door on any kind of comeback.
The shot is good by McCray. Wizards leading by 13. Brown outside. Fires for 3. Detroit with the rebound.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Wizards.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
You know what? It was a team that was in sync and just trusted one another to take the right shots.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25. 36 seconds left in the game. Passes it to Hachimura. Brown with it. Washington needs to get a shot off here. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yeah, the game got away from them, but hopefully they've learned some things, and hopefully they'll be able to make some adjustments next time.
Doumbouya kicks to Galloway. Takes the three. It's hauled in by Uthoff. From deep three-point range, off target with that shot.
This is the kind of defense maker can play. With his height and wingspan, he's tough to shoot on.
And so it's Washington.
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Welcome to a brand new episode of NBA 2K TV.
These are exciting times. The NBA is back. The WNBA is back.
I don't know about you, Chris, but I absolutely love seeing live basketball on my screen once again. It's glorious.
It is awesome, and it's been fun to see what the players are doing to keep busy inside the bubble. A lot of them, of course, are hooping.
And a look at the Knicks earlier on. Check out the focus they've got coming off that bus. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out east. The season nearly complete. Take a look at New York. Their season nearly over unless a form of miracle happens. And, of course, there's the Pistons tied up with them.
Well, right now for the Knicks, one thing they don't have to worry about is not having enough free time this summer because they're not going anywhere near the postseason.
And there will be players on the move once this season is over. You can count on that. They have to make wholesale changes, and the front office knows it.
So the New York starting five. Barrett is out there with Elfrid Payton. Then there's Mo Harkless. Then it's Randall. And it's Gibson in at the 5 spot. And for the Pistons, on the wings, Kennard and Snell. Wood out there with Griffin. And it's Rose in at the point. You talk about a player who is a consummate pro, Taj Gibson.
No doubt. Taj is a guy who has always approached the game from a veteran standpoint. He's a great leader, great defensive player, and in between the lines and out, you can count on Taj Gibson.
Now here's Harkless. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Feeds it to Barrett. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Greg, talking to scouts about R.J. Barrett, they love the athleticism. But what makes him especially good is the work ethic and the confidence.
Yeah, some elite prospects will take plays off. This guy never does. He's not one that sits around and reads his press clippings. He's a warrior, a leader, and he's proven to be a winner.
Kevin, the vision by Rose, right? Hits the open man. He's creating for others, and this guy is so tough to deal with.
Payton can't get it to go. The Pistons have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. The shot's good from Kennard.
You want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
And so just over a minute and a half played. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Elfrid Payton. Of course, the playoff seedings still jumbled a bit up in the air. Just how important you think it is to get home court advantage in the NBA playoffs in this era.
Historically speaking, Kevin, as you know, home court advantage is absolutely monumental, and it doesn't matter the round of the playoffs. Could be a conference semifinal or an NBA final. If you come down to a Game 7, that home court advantage can be the difference between winning and losing. You want as much in your favor, Kevin, as you know, going into the postseason.
And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Now, here's Rose. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Now, here's Randall, following the miss by Derrick Rose. Can't connect from 13 feet out. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Randall. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Barrett, and it's all evened up.
And you like the toughness there. Barrett being more comfortable having to deal with an aggressive defense.
Griffin kicks to Snell. Pass to Kennard. Over Barrett. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. And so Payton will bring it up for the New York Knicks. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
Well, the speed of Elfrid Payton is a problem for many defenders. Really good job knifing inside and drawing contact.
New York shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. So New York going with almost an entire new group. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Gibson. Portis comes in for Randall. Kevin Knox is checked in for Maurice Harkless. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Barrett. Now, here's Bullock. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
There's Maker. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Here's Knox. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Let's get some information from the 2K leaderboard. In about the last 10 games in the NBA, during that span, these teams have the most second chance points in the league. Number 1, the Knicks.
I mean, you love their aggressiveness, not settling for one shot offensively, but really running down those loose boards and converting for extra points.
It's good on the putback.
And those are exactly the kinds of plays that can spark a team. Just solid work down in the paint.
Payton passes to Knox. From the baseline. And the shot goes in.
I'll tell you, what sound shot mechanics. Kevin Knox's jumper is wet.
Mikhailuk. Knicks with the rebound. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Bullock. Quick shot there, and it's off target. Now for Detroit, their last game, a loss to the 76ers in Philadelphia. Maker kicks to Brown. From deep. It's rebounded by Portis. In the corner, Knox with it. Lets it go with a 3. 4 seconds left. Misses at the rim. Tie game in Detroit. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Bobby Portis, who's known for his work ethic, said he learned a lot.
She gets up and 3-4 them.
And she was a basketball player in her own right. Greg, a scholarship at Jackson State University.
Yeah, and gave up basketball when she had Bobby, but she encouraged him to pursue his dream, and she said now she's living her dream through him.
Jump on. Pull. You two players.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And what stands out to you from the Pistons so far in this one?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Detroit, we've got Maker. He's out there with Doumbouya. John Henson out there with McRae. And it's Galloway in at the 1 spot. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So, Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much. Another shot. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backcourt.
Well, Frank Ntilikina still trying to find his niche, right? You've seen him spend some time at the point guard. You've seen him on the wing. This guy has got to find the position that maximizes his impact.
The Pistons have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Galloway kicks to McRae. They get a hand on it. Now here's Maker, defended by Portis. 5 to shoot. Here's Galloway. Here's Maker, and he uses the glass on the layup. Maker's got 4 this quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Ntilikina passes to Bullock. Inside, here's Ellington, and Henson sends it back. And so the ball out of bounds. Henson touched it last. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Christian Woods checked in for John Henson. Griffin comes in for Maker. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Doumbouya. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Langston Galloway. Then for the Knicks, Julius Randle comes in for Bobby Portis. And Barrett subbed in for Reggie Bullock. Doris, as you said with Ntilikina, it's been a search to find the right role for him in the NBA.
When you're a high draft pick, Kevin, as you know, there's always expectations. And for Ntilikina, I don't necessarily think his role has been clearly defined to this point. Once he sorts that out and his offense comes along, because of his defensive prowess...
Hammering it in!
Well, anyone looking for highlights? Because you just found one. How about the creativity there in the air?
Ntilikina kicks to Robinson, and again it's New York.
The defense making it way too easy for him on that jump shot. He'll take that all night.
Down low. It'll go, and the New York lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Wood. Wood's got his second bucket of the game to go. Pass to Ellington. Here's Ntilikina. Shot from free throw range. Kept alive. Robinson dishes to Randle. The pass to Ntilikina. Here's Barrett. And to get open is Robinson. Barrett, no good. And it's Rose with the ball for the Pistons. Coming off that loss against Philadelphia. And he banks in the layup.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Guys, when you consider the New York Knicks roster, there is some talent amongst their young players. More than a handful of their guys in their first 3 years in the league. Kevin Knox, Mr. Robinson, and Mr. Dotson all could be factors for them in the future.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pulls from the top of the key. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Ellington's got 7.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Tony Snell comes in for McRae, and it's Brown in for Rose. Passes it to Barrett. Lots of room. Rebound by the Pistons. Victory eluded them last time in New York when they took on the Knicks.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
Well, at 6'9", you can see the ability of Kevin Knox to run the floor and finish in transition. That's perfect.
Brown outside. Here's Griffin. And some good action through the first 2 quarters. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. For the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves. And that'll do.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. A fantastic game from Thon Maker in this one.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
On the court for the Knicks, we got Mo Harkless. Barrett is out there with Alfred Payton, and it's Taj Gibson. And it's Randall in at the power forward position. Here's Barrett. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. The Pistons shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Here's Griffin. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Griffin's got 5 points now this quarter. Doris, great scoring is often reliant upon great foot. And we hear coaches, don't we, talk about that all the time?
We really do, Kev. You look at a guy like Kyrie Irving, who at the point guard position is one of the great scorers. He's a clutch shooter. He doesn't go to the free throw line a lot, and it's because he's so elusive. Can finish left and right, puts a lot of English on his shots. DeMar DeRozan gets separation with incredible footwork, and maybe the best in the league right now in terms of his footwork. That tap dancing James Harden, which is just nearly impossible to check.
I love those names, and you're so right. And it's fun to watch. What a skill. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. To the middle, here's Harkless. That one off the back iron and out. The Pistons have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Griffin passes to Rose, and the basket is good.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass.
A different look for New York. Portis comes in for Julius Randle, and it's Reggie Bullock in for Barrett. Free throw drops for Rose.
Well, an interesting thing about Derrick Rose, right? Over his career, he's been an up-and-down jump shooter, but he's been remarkably consistent from the free throw line.
The offensive rebound, and Gibson kicks to Portis, and he drops it in from the low post.
Pretty dime there, the kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
Outside for Griffin. Rose surveying the D. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Rose has got 5 points in the quarter. Knicks trail by 3. Payton outside. Pass to Gibson. Right at the free throw line. That shot off. The Pistons go the other way with it.
And guys, one thing that has been interesting to see since Blake Griffin came to Detroit is how he's developed as a leader, has come into his own with how he takes responsibility for the team's play.
And Griffin stays with it. And now a 5-point Piston lead.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
Here's Mikhailuk, and Gibson sends it back.
Boy, Gibson's so good at timing these rejections. Twice on the pipes from Taj.
Detroit making a switch here. Brown's checked in, and then for New York, Robinson's checked in for Gibson. Kevin Knox comes in for Maurice Harkless, and Ellington is subbed in for Payton. And with Griffin, you look at his time on the Clippers, and for most of his career, he was more of a second in command.
Coach Casey said last year early on that Griffin is the leader of this team, and Blake took it upon himself to step up to the challenge. It makes sense no matter how you look at it. He's their best player and needs to be one of the leaders.
Mikhailuk plays it up and banks it in. Mikhailuk's got the lead up to 7 now for the Pistons.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Left side, Portis. He kicks it to Bullock. Takes the 13-footer. Rebound, Detroit. We've got 1:18 left to play in the third. A nice shot by Mikhailuk.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Bullock passes to Robinson. Shoots over Henson. No good again that time. Pistons leading by 9. Brown kicks to Griffin. He tries for 3. The Knicks pull it in. Portis has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Absolutely ferocious finish from Mr. Knox. Just salute him.
The Pistons have gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%. Here's Griffin, and it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Ellington the pass to Portis. And the layup's good off the glass. Portis has got his second basket of the game.
Well, just tremendous composure on the interior. Read the defense, take advantage of the situation, and deliver.
And Griffin, here we go. Here's Henson, Griffin, and Griffin stays with it. And the Pistons lead by 9.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game. They can close out the quarter if they want to.
It's all about patience right here. Patience and execution. Get a good look.
And what I love about Barrett in transition, he can change directions at full speed.
Here's Griffin. From down in the low post, it goes. Griffin's got 13 points in just this quarter. Blake Griffin getting it done for the Detroit Pistons. Scoring, rebounding. He was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. At the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. Derrick Rose is out there with Kennard, and it's Wood in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the group for Detroit right now. The shot by Harkless, no good. Pistons leading by 9. Here's Kennard. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Harkless with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
So for the Knicks, Taj Gibson's checked in for Knox, and it's Elfrid Payton in for Reggie Bullock. That free throw good from Randall. And so Griffin will bring it up for Detroit. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Wood can't hit.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Harkless. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton.
Well, what you want to see from Elfrid Payton are floor general skills on full display. Finds the open teammate. Nice.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Mo Harkless. That is his first foul of the game. Wood kicks to Rose. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Makes it off the glass.
And that is one of Derrick Rose's signature moves. May not be as fast as he once was, but boy, that explosive first step remains.
Knicks trail by 5. Payton passes to Barrett. Shoots from 14, and it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got 8 rebounds in this game. Here's Kennard. Second chance shot. He lays it in.
And that's a great play on the backcourt for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Payton against Rose. Payton's shot is off. Pistons leading by 7. Here's Snell. Griffin with it. Guarded now by Harkless. Griffin kicks to Wood to the right side. Snell from outside. Nailed from three-point land. Snell's got the lead up to 10 now for the Pistons. Here's Barrett. And that time, also a missed shot.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
You can't help but notice the teams are shooting earlier in the shot clock. One theory being the faster you shoot, the more possessions you get.
Well,
and the numbers would speak to that.
No doubt, Kevin. And the reality is, for announcers and for fans, that breakneck pace makes it more exciting for us. One NBA coach told me this past year that your field goal percentage in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock gives you your best opportunity to make it. And the longer that shot clock goes on, the more your field goal percentage dips. So, hey, good for us, good for the fans, good for the teams.
And that's because the defense has a chance to settle, correct?
Exactly right.
Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. .146 left here in the fourth quarter. Payton against Rose. Puts it up. A shot, no good. So New York will take it the other way. Payton attacking. Keeps it alive. Randall on the follow.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Kennard kicks to Rose. Lets it fly from 18. Count it. Rose has got 11 in the second half.
Yeah, we've seen this a time or two. Derrick Rose in the mid-range doing work.
Outside Gibson. Randall left side. Now here's Harkless. He's guarded closely. Shot clock at 6. Here's Barrett, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
So quick and decisive. Barrett's speed and fearlessness is hard to match up against when you're defending.
No good on the free throw.
And now, in his second year of coaching the Knicks, David Fizdale putting more of a stamp on this team, changing the mindset of the franchise.
Well, the New York Knicks hired David Fizdale to steer the ship with a group of young players. And I want you to think back to where he earned his stripes. That was with the LeBron James and Dwayne Wade championship Miami teams. So he knows culture and he knows winning.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside Rose, tries from 10. The putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Pistons lead by 17.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Peyton left side over Rose. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up.
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Aerial Powers, welcome to 2K TV. So excited to have you on. I've wanted to have you on the show for a long time, so I am super excited that you're here right now. I know you're in the WNBA bubble. How is that and what's going on?
It's great. My internet is back and active, so I am in a wonderful state right now.
What have you been up to in the bubble?
Just right now, getting ready to start.
Detroit, Michigan. Welcome, fans. Thanks for joining us for this Friday. It's getting late in the season. Let's now see the standings out east. Taking a look at Charlotte. They're 10th in the conference, still looking to claim a spot for the playoffs. And, of course, the Pistons, just a couple spots back.
And checking out Charlotte, they've been strong at times this season, but they still have some holes. I think they're a playoff caliber team. I just don't think they're a championship caliber team.
This has been the thought all along. They have enough to compete night in and night out, but they're not taking 4 out of 7 from a top team in this league. No way.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. We've got Terry Rozier. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Washington. Then it's Bridges, and it's Graham in at the 2 spot. And for Detroit, on the wings, Kennard and Snell. Griffin is out there with Wood, and it's Rose in at the point guard position. Well, we have 2 teams tonight, Steve, that love to take their time working it up court. When you played, which were the best teams at grinding it out in slower games?
You know, I think the Chicago Bulls, that triangle offense, I mean, they ran on fast break on their defense, but on the offensive end, they wanted to wear you down with that triangle offense. And the teams that had dominant post players, they would get it down to them, make you double team, the ball would move around. And that was pretty much Shaq teams and Akeem Olajuwon teams, guys who had dominant centers.
And now the Pistons, fast break. Here's Snell. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, easy call.
Detroit shooting their first free throws of the game.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
And so Snell nails both of them.
Well, the brand new Little Caesars Arena here in Detroit. How are you feeling it, Smitty?
GA, it's a great state-of-the-art facility. Glad the new location is in downtown Detroit. Hopefully, an iconic venue for an iconic team.
The Pistons with a quick start to this game. It's a three-point game. Wood passes to Griffin. Good on the bucket.
This is what you want out of your offense. A high percentage look for Blake Griffin.
And here's Rozier. He brings it up for Charlotte. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami. There's the pass to Washington. Back to Bridges. Charlotte no good that time either. Pistons have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. The kick out to Rose. There's the 3. That's Biyombo with the rebound. The Hornets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Charlotte moving it around. Back to Bridges. And that one good.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
Graham, the pass to Rozier. Here's Washington. Not going to go that time.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
Rose goes in. Yep, that one goes in there. Rose has got 6.
Love the aggressiveness, the tenacity of Derrick Rose. Loves driving the basketball into the teeth of the defense.
Kennard, the pass to Rose. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Their last encounter was in Detroit, where they were able to handle the Pistons.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provided a lot of the scoring punch.
It's not unusual these days. Teams are more than willing to go deep into that bench to find answers for certain matchups.
Good on the shot. 8 points for him.
The defense is in trouble because off the pick and roll, he uses his speed, he can knock down the shot, and he has a floater.
Washington passes to Biyombo. It's hauled in by Wood.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
Shots good by Kennard.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Pass to Bridges. Graham with the ball. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Miami.
And he really made an impact defensively. His 4 steals were huge.
Clock at 6. Here's Biyombo. The turnaround jumper. Count it. Biyombo's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Here's Rose. Almost, but it rolls out.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Aggressive, just an attacker. Bridges wants the rock, especially near the rim.
Snell finds Rose. We've got 28 seconds left here in the opening quarter. That's a 2 from Snell. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. And the basket by Rozier.
Poor interior defense. If you play him soft, he's going to kill you.
Rozier against Rose. Rozier with the steal. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And that one falls for Graham. Here's Galloway. Out to the right wing. Here's Mikhailuk. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Yeah, both teams in the zone early. Stops have been almost impossible to come by.
What a performance for Derrick Rose. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for the Hornets, Washington and Zeller are in the middle. Then there's Batum, and it's Graham in at the point.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
That's the competitor in him. Close game. Let me have this one.
Pass to Washington. Lays it up and banks it in. Washington's got his first bucket of the night. And it's Galloway with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Next game for them, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. It's Brown with the drive. Got a piece of it. June Boya. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Graham, the pass to Washington. Pass to Zeller. Here's Mikhailuk. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Graham dishes to Batum. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Here's Brown, and then Brown with the dunk.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Zeller. The putback. They get it back. The pass to Washington. And they convert it last on attempt number 3.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Smitty, you played with the U.S. national team. Would you say they allow more physicality in FIBA than they do in the NBA?
No, I think, Kevin, different parts of the game, there's more physicality. Like on the free throw line, boxing out. Like going up for rebounds, they let a lot more than we're used to go. But usually the NBA players adjust, and they find their way.
Well, for Detroit, their last game, a loss to the 76ers. Mikhailuk passes to Henson. The kick out to Brown. Fires the 3. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Hornets trail by 5. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Dishes it to Doumbouya. Wants to get it to Brown and does. And he comes up with the deuce. Brown's got his second basket of the night. Hornets have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Pass to Bacon. Kicks it to Graham. To the paint. Inside. Here's Washington. That one's rebounded by McRae. Pass to Doumbouya. Here's Washington. Outside, Batum. To the inside. To the middle. Here's Zeller. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
The defense was clearly not on the same page. No one picked up the open man.
Brown kicks to Henson. Launches a 3. Pistons working now with a new shot clock. Mikhailuk passes to McRae. And here is Brown. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Mikhailuk. He's got 5. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. There's 38 seconds left in the first half. Passes to Zeller. Here's Bacon. Fires it up. Off the left rim and out.
Everything worked except for the outcome. You want him to shoot that every time.
Rose against Rozier. Rose goes in. He kicks it to Henson. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
Nice pass by Derrick Rose, spotting a wide open guy from the corner of his eye.
Stolen by Henson. Knocked loose. With 4 seconds on the clock, 2 on the clock, and there's the nice layup by Rose. Rose has got the lead up to 7 now for Detroit.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking.
And we finished one half of basketball. Pistons lead by 7.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie, an outstanding first quarter for Derrick Rose. He had 10 points and 1 assist. Taking a look at the... And that'll do it for us.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Kind of like what Rose has done this one so far.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
At the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. Rose is out there with Kennard, and it's Wood in at the center. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. 6 on the shot clock. Griffin, great positioning on the putback. And the Pistons lead by 9.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
That's what a star talent does. If Bridges wants to fulfill his potential, he's got to attack. Use that quick first step.
Outside Rose. And basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
They are just killing him on the interior.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Bridges.
And it's really been a nice trend for him over these last several months. He's been steadily improving in terms of his scoring output. That extra production making him more valuable the further we get along in this season.
Rose goes in, uses the glass to finish the layup. Rose has got 14 points for the game.
So reliable. They've really leaned on him at the offensive end.
Out to the right wing. Here's Washington, defended by Griffin. Graham, a good finish at the rack off the slick feed. 7 points in the game.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Drills it from outside.
Firing on all cylinders here in the third. Only 1 miss in 5 attempts.
And the pass to Washington. And that one drops for him. Washington's got his 3rd basket of the night.
3 straight to begin this half. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Rose against Rozier. An easy 2 points on the layup.
The speed of Derrick Rose off pick and rolls is an issue for the defense. Nice job by him coming off and finding his guy.
Great D that time from Griffin.
Even though that one didn't go down, I like the offensive game plan here. 3 for 4 coming out of the break.
And oh, that was close. He draws the foul. He'll shoot 2. Steve, the player tracking data is kind of an interesting thing. It's a big part of scouting now. In fact, AI can accumulate that right from the TV feed, which to me is amazing.
It is. I think if it doesn't distract or take away from our game, to have that type of information live and from a player being able to play in a game, I think is helpful for everything, for scouting, for, I would say, health reasons, for guys, conditioning. I love it, as long as it doesn't distract from the game.
That's a good point. Pistons leading by 14. And there's the call on Cody Zeller. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Here's Kennard. Defended by Batum. Back to Kennard. 5 on the clock. The shot from 20 feet away. And Bacon pulls it down. Hornets trail by 14. Zeller with it. Now guarded by Maker. Rozier kicks to Zeller. Charlotte moving the ball around. Here's Bridges. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
And that one's good. Griffin. And here's Rozier. He brings it up for the Hornets. Lets the three fly. Detroit with the rebound.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Right wing. 14 feet away. And that one hits back iron. Hornets trail by 14. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Bacon. From outside, off the mark.
It's so hard to keep the defense honest when you miss wide open looks like that.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. The Pistons shooting their 7th free throw attempt here.
The former five-star recruit, first overall pick in the draft. Griffin's been slowed down only by injuries.
Rozier, the pass to Zeller. Over Rose. A nice shot by Zeller. Zeller's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
At the elbow, Griffin. And there's the feed to Henson. Back to Griffin. Bridges with the steal. Batum passes to Zeller. And the dunk by Zeller.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the... Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Pistons ahead. They lead by 13. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. On the court for the Hornets, inside Cody Zeller and Bismack Biyombo. Then it's Bridges, and it's Bacon in at the 2. Here's Zeller, and it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
The chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Rose surveying the D. Here's Bacon. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Kennard, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Pistons lead by 13. The Hornets shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. Here's Zeller, and the dunk by Zeller.
I love the fact that Bridges does a little bit of everything, including passing the ball.
Snell finds Griffin down low. Right side Rose. Six to shoot to the inside. And stolen by Zeller. Fast break now for Charlotte. Shoots. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. They swipe it. Now here's Rose, the fast break opportunity. And Griffin scores. The assist by Rose. And that's 13 points for Blake Griffin.
Putting consistent pressure on this defense. Just the threat of him out there makes this offense work.
So many NBA players now have their talented children playing in the NBA or in college and will soon be in the NBA. Smitty, whose kids stand out to you as potential superstars?
Hey, Kevin, Dale Curry, for sure.
No, wait. Okay, I could have gotten that one. Steph Curry. Who else, though? Who else catches your eye?
I think up-and-coming LeBron's kid, Shaq's son, D-Wade, and that's what you love. You see a lot of these guys, and it's great for me. I remember when they were little, Kevin, and now seeing them win in championships, being able to play on that stage is unbelievable.
Graham surveying the floor. Back to Bridges. Takes a three. Rebounded by the Pistons. Woods got rebound number 5 here tonight.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Derrick Rose moving the basketball with ease, really setting up his teammates, setting the play for them.
Graham with the ball, working on Rose. No problems knocking that one down. Pistons leading by 13. And he uses the glass on the layup. Rose has got 9 points now in just the second half.
The last thing you want to see from the defense is Derrick Rose starting to find a rhythm with his shot.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Terry Rozier. That's foul number 2 for him. Cody Zeller's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Rose against Rozier. Outside Rose. And the slam by Blake Griffin. And the Pistons lead by 17.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
Rose kicks to Kennard. Rose, good. Rose has got 21.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Pistons.
They really lit it up in this one. Fantastic offensive performance.
Definitely just simply shot the ball well. One of those games to be proud of.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Derrick Rose.
You love to see this kind of leadership. Directing traffic, keeping everyone happy. He was the straw that stirred the drink.
Just 5 to shoot. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Here's Kennard. The shot, no good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Washington passes to Bridges. Here's Washington. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And he makes the first. And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. Good on both. 32 seconds left in the fourth. And here is Knight. There's the dish to Maker. Now Knight. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range, the Hornets pull it in. And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and play.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.